before. Fellas, you want some more? We got that feeling, yeah, we got the party. Show them we can slow down. We the best thing in town. I know you want this now. We got that feeling, yeah, we got the party.
Kia ora, welcome to Pilkingtons, the Oneill twins, Brooke and Stas. Congratulations on your first single.
Thank you. Thank you, Deb.
So Boss's Chick is out now and we can get it on iTunes, that's right?
Yep, iTunes, Spotify. Yep. You can go check out the music video on our Vivo page.
Oh, the music video
Yeah.
is like something else.
You seen it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yay.
We've all been trying to bust those moves.
Oh man, yeah. Yes. That's cool. I'm glad you like it.
Oh, it's awesome. Now tell me about how did this come about? You were dancers to start with. Tell us about your journey dancing. You did this all your life, or is it just something that you kind of felt that you wanted to do? Was this what you wanted to do forever?
Well, we've been dancing for 16 years, and you know, as soon as we started, we fell in love with dance. You know, but growing up, our family always played music, and they loved music. Like, you know, especially our parents' mum, she loved it. So we've loved music as well. But only recently, you know, we had very close friends of ours that said you can do music professionally as well. We never thought it would be a profession to like add music to dancing. We always thought, no, dancing, I'm going to be a dancer. That's it. But until we met very close friends of ours, and they were like, no, girls, you can do this as well. I'm like, okay.
If it's what you want, you can do it.
If it's what we want.
Yeah.
So you've had a lot of support from friends that obviously had belief in you. Was there any times that you had self-doubt? Did you have self-doubt individually, or did you have times where you had self-doubt at the same time? How did you help each other through that?
Yeah, so we moved to Melbourne 2014 for about 5-6 months, and that's where we hit rock bottom. It was just like, why did we move here? We had no vision, no purpose or anything. So that's probably where us as a team, as sisters, twins, we were both like down in the gutter. Yeah. We're like, oh my gosh, how do we get out? So then that's when Born to Dance came along, and we got the call, would you like to audition for this movie, this first New Zealand hip-hop movie? I'm like, yeah. So we came back home, already planned to come home to surprise our best friend for her birthday, and we came home and auditioned, got the part, we both got the part, and we were just doing that from then onwards. And
then we met friends that were musicians like Stan Walker, Vince Harder and Abby Lee Harder, and that's when the kind of, you know, this is when the music direction started happening, because they came up with this idea.
Slowly though, because remember when we did Born to Dance, we then backup dance for Stan, so we were still dancing.
But we're around musicians all the time. Suddenly.
Because when we met Stan, because he's our brother, so we're around him in his life as well, and he's an artist. So we met other artist friends of his, and then they just had this idea, you know, girls, can you sing? They're like, kapahaka, and in the shower, maybe in the car, maybe. It was never something that we'd ever think, because like it's so, like, you watch Beyonce and you're like, oh, I can't do that. Like, I mean, she started when she was young, and we were 20 years old at the time, something like that. And we've been dancing our whole life. We've never worked on singing, you know. But you know, you can. Like, we've just released our music video, and it really did. It did take friends of ours to believe in us. It also took a lot of courage. We had to discuss with one another, is this what we want to do? We had to pray about it to figure this out, like, you know, Lord, do you want us to go in this direction? And if so, yep, okay, we'll do it. But it took a lot of belief, and it also took support from mum and dad, because from them, like, they've been working their butts off in factory work and dropping us off at practices, gigs, like free gigs. We've done free gigs for years, you know. So it's like we as kids, as children, we weren't making no money from all these, like, you know, all these gigs. So and like, I like it, that's cool, because it was an opportunity for us to just get better and grow. Without all of that, we wouldn't be where we are now. So very grateful for it.
Yes.
But hard work, dedication, believing in yourself, it takes that to reach dreams that you thought you could never ever dream of.
Yeah.
And you've done this very young. You're only 22.
I hope that's young. Is that young?
It is young. You've worked extremely hard, and you've done well. It's all reaped the benefits. Now, you're going into business, two of you that have lived together all your lives. You've obviously lived together all your lives, you're twins. Going into business with friends and family is sometimes quite difficult. So going forward, have you thought about the repercussions of what if you change direction, or how do you, when you're having differences, how do you sort it out? Who usually overpowers the other? Is there some kind of compromise?
That's a good question. go.
Okay, oh wow. So normally with the both of us, most times I have the last say, but I'm a bit of a thinker. Stas is a doer, and it's great because we both take attributes of one another, but she'll do and I'll think about it first. A lot. I'll think about a lot to make sure we're making the right decision. When it comes to working with friends and family, and then we've got business, we know where to cut the line. And it's good that our friends do respect that. Sometimes we've had to kind of learn. Actually, we have had to learn how to say no because we're the type of people that like to make people feel comfortable. Like to say yes because we don't want to think about ourselves. We want them to get what they want out of whatever it may be that we're talking about or discussing. So we've learned how to draw the line. And
You have really learned a lot in your time.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Well, I feel like only in the last 2 years we've been forced to learn. When we went on our own as the Oneill twins, we were put in a position where we had to make things happen, not anyone else.
Yeah.
You know, so that was everything. I usually take the creativity side, like designing, video, editing, all that stuff, and she takes the whole, cartoon type thing, the boring paperwork stuff that I just don't like.
More boring stuff. I feel it's a little bit boring, but I'll do it because it's like for a good cause and for our career and our direction. So
What an incredible relationship. I wish I had a twin. We all need that. We need someone who's creative and someone who's social. I suppose you get that when you find someone.
Yeah.
You've had this all your life. How incredible. What a
Yeah,
great gift.
it's like in business-wise we don't clash, but as sisters we clash quite often, depending on like how the week's going, or really depends. But when it comes to business, we're always on the same page.
we want the same thing.
Yeah, we want the same thing.
And we know
Exactly the same.
without working together as a team, it's not going to happen. So even if we have like a little bit of a tiff, like a bit of an argument, we know we need to get over it straight away.
It's
Otherwise,
just sister
we're not
argument.
going to go
Everyone
anywhere.
does it,
Oh, yeah, everyone does it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So we do have our moments.
That's amazing. So we're going back to the singing. So did it come naturally? Did anybody help you with coaching? Who helped you with the coaching?
So first, we had a friend back in school.
Her name's Delaney.
Delaney.
She's a beautiful. She was in Kapahaka with us, and
She gave us
asked
like
her
maybe a
once,
class or two, a few classes.
a class
It was
or
cool.
two in a
And
caravan, and we were like, it's the first time we've learned how to sing, so we were going to take any lessons of anyone, and she jumped and said, yeah girls, I'll help you. So she helped us for our first gig, and then we got to meet Lavina Williams, which is friends with Stan and Vince, so around that same
Same
circle.
circle.
Same friend circle.
And she's just brought out some sort of beast in us that, she
It's
pushes
hunger.
us so much.
Yeah.
And she'll like pretty much push me to the ground. Like, she really attacks me, but I love it because she wants
Well,
us
this
to
one
grow.
has a lot of excuses. She likes to make up excuses, and Vina knows this, and she's just like, you
Getting
can't,
better.
you gotta stop it. Like, we ain't got time for your excuses. The more excuses she has, it drags me down, and vice versa. So,
But Lavina's the only one that's
Yeah.
really told me what's up and what to do. Like,
Yeah.
and she's not scared of being hard on us at all. And I love that.
she knows we can handle it.
Yeah.
So we are nice people, but we
we
can
can
handle.
handle
We
tough.
can handle like we like it straight. We like it how it is.
Straight up.
And I
No
love that you can
sugarcoating.
say no. That's
We've
quite
had to
hard,
learn
you know.
this.
It takes a few years to like get good at
to
it.
master.
I still think you've learnt that pretty young.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good.
Right, so, mate, with your dancing, you've won gold, you've been choreographers, you're teachers. Now, I know in this industry it's quite tough. How do you go with, how do you respond to some haters or people that have called jealousy? Have you come across that in the competitive world?
Yeah, only recently we've come across it because we're on our own now as the Oneill twins, and wow, some of them can get really long statuses. I'm like
Even their
how
own
do you find-
statuses, and it's just like this whole thing, and
It's
I'm
like-
like, I don't even know you.
But a lot of our friends, close friends, they say that's gonna happen. The more knowing you get, or the more things you do, you're gonna get more haters. They have opinions, and they're not afraid to say what they think.
And
so,
at first it was sad, like it
Yeah.
hit my heart. I was just like the fact that we could
make
people
someone
think-
feel like that.
Yeah, we don't want people feeling bad or about us at all. It's never our intention. But we've actually learnt that to just get over
happens.
ourselves, that it's we just have to keep going forward and doing, because what we're doing is right, and it's right for us, and it's right in our calling. So we're just gonna do it. Kind of,
Yeah.
What
Just
you're
gonna
doing, you're doing to entertain and to make people happy and to
Yeah.
make them smile
Yeah.
and to encourage them to actually join you with the beat. That's why you're
Definitely.
releasing a single.
Yes.
Come and join me. Come and show us your moves.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we want.
That's what it's about. Like, that's all we want, is to inspire people and make sure that they believe in their dreams as well. We're not trying to
Sometimes
you know.
we have friends that fight back to the haters, and no, you don't have to do that.
But they
can't.
over
They
us.
can't help themselves.
Because they know who we are. They actually know who we are, like the truth about us. So they get really protective.
Have you got to a point where you almost feel sorry for those haters because it's actually more about themselves?
A little
than
bit.
about you?
A little,
Yeah, personally, I think so. I feel sorry.
We
for them.
we shove it off all the time. I mean, hater comes, we just go to the
and
next
just
thing.
believe that they see the truth, and that's not. We're not like that, and we're not trying to do what they're saying that we're doing.
Because everybody has their chance. The only difference between them and you is that you've done it, you've pushed, you've worked really hard. And again, I want to congratulate you, girls. I'm really impressed with what you've done.
Thank you.
And I can see some really good things coming in the future.
Thank
And
you.
thank you very much for coming and joining us.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, what did you cook?
I got the steak.
She copied me. I got an eye fillet, and she heard what I said.
Yeah, I
and
got
then
the
she
same.
copied.
Because
Usually, no. Usually, when we order something, I order something young, but she likes being quite creative
So I'll be
and
like, can
different.
I have some? And she won't let me. So
And
whatever
that happens because when the food comes out and she sees what she got, what she ordered, it's not near as nice as what I got because I'm being safe and she's trying to be like, well, I'm going to try
say
something
something
different.
different,
Do you share? Do you let each other share?
If it's something
She's
I like,
no, she's fussy. She
Yeah,
won't,
I
won't
will.
share.
Yeah, I
you
won't.
won't. The other day we were both having what was it?
pad thai or something.
No, we were having eggs on toast, and for some reason she got an extra toast. Didn't tell me about it, and so I thought we were getting 2 toasts on this plate.
I did not
And
know
so
you didn't
anyway,
get extra toast.
so we're sitting there and it gets to get our food and everything. I start eating. I finish with, Stas, can I have half of your toast?
I didn't
And she's
know.
just like, no. And I'm like, and in my head I'm just like, okay then.
I didn't know you
But
didn't
because
get
because I knew I only had 1 and I knew she had 2, so I thought she'd be, she knew that I had 1. But she
didn't
said,
know,
I'm like,
I'm
oh,
sorry.
the nerve, don't want to share. Because we're normally equal in everything. Like, I'll have half of that toast because she got an extra toast.
Wow.
You didn't give it to me?
Wow. Yeah, happens.
Hey, ladies, can you sing live?
Oh,
Yes, you
Yes.
can.
Can?
Yes.
And how difficult is it to sing and dance at the same time?
very.
Extremely difficult.
It's not easy.
It's a different fitness.
Yeah, it is different. It's like you got to practice running and singing at the same time. That's your training. So when it comes to the stage, dancing and singing isn't as hard. But you're always, when we go on stage and we dance, we naturally feel that we have to use our diaphragm straight away, or
Yeah.
you're going to crack or something wrong's going to happen because you're not using your voice properly.
Yeah.
Especially when you're dancing, because you feel more weak in the vocal, that anything can happen because you're moving around and stuff. Imagine yourself like running and then trying to sing. It's like jumpy and ugly.
And it sounds ugly when
It
you first
sounds
try
ugly,
it.
man.
It sounds hideous. You're like, oh my
But
god.
then you train yourself so when you get to the stage, you're used to it.
Yeah.
But it's not easy. No.
There's a lot of fitness involved in the
Heaps.
vocals as well as it's a whole new thing. So
Yeah, it really is. But
Definitely.
we're still trying to perfect that, bro?
Yeah.
It's gonna take. Yeah.
We go.
We are perfectionists.
We were staying at the moment in Parramatta. We jump on the cross trainer and we're singing.
gym.
But because it's a big gym, we're like hoping people can't hear us. There's a lot of cross trainers, so we go where there's nobody, and we just
And we're
like
just singing cross
we're like
track.
singing like Boss Hashtag when before it came out. Boss Hashtag, Boss Hashtag.
and do you do the whole jump onto each other's treadmill and turn around and stuff?
No, that's
Probably
cool,
not.
though.
That would get too
And
much
go
attention.
backwards.
I think.
We should so do a
Like,
video like that.
everyone wants to-
Nah, but it's very important. Yeah, Stan even talks about he had to do that. He had to run and sing to get good at it.
But it doesn't take him long. But he just needs 2 weeks of training and he can do a
all
full
good.
live show. I think it's because he's used
So
to it.
used
He's
to
done
it.
it before. That he just needs 2 weeks and boom, he can do it.
Well, it's muscle
Yeah, it's
Memory,
training your body,
isn't it?
muscle
Muscle
memory.
memory, yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'll get that. You're so young.
Yes.
And you'll
I
just
like that
imagine
you're
when
saying
you're another 20. I'm gonna say 22 years. So I'm twice your age now. So imagine that. You're gonna be so awesome. Just like my boss now. Everyone out. Don't even include that. We're done.
Ladies, get on the floor. Show what we came here for. Fellas, you want some more. We got that feeling, yeah, we